I don't really have an option here. You know that. And yeah, maybe you're right. I've been out of the game, but I need back in. So can I count on you? One last time?
All right, kid. Let's go do it. One last time.
All day, nigga. I took a young sweet breath and I reached into my earth. Gave him what I had left. At that moment, I dispersed. At that moment, I dispersed.
What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy, Uncle RZA. How you doing? What's up, guys? Here we go again. Another Sony title, another Sony topic, and loads of disappointment. This is definitely getting out of hand. I mean, if there is a theme to be awarded to the PlayStation 4, it would most definitely be disappointment. Most people will tell you it's units sold. 20 million units sold. Yes, they sold 20 million of them. Now what? What are we going to play? 20 million units sold? How do you play that? How much is 20 million units sold on the PlayStation Store? What genre of game is that? But anyway, this is... I'm getting frustrated because I like Uncharted, and I was looking forward to purchasing my PlayStation 4 this year. There's two reasons I would ever buy a PlayStation. One is for Gran Turismo, and two is for Uncharted. Now, the reason I found Uncharted is because I purchased a PlayStation 3 for Gran Turismo, got a load of that prologue shite, and I needed something else to play. And I ended up playing Uncharted 2, and it blew my mind. Up to this day, it's still on my list of best video games I ever played. It's like my number 2 or number 1. It's up there. That game's dope as shit. So I love the Uncharted series. I love Drake. I mean, I bought my PSP and I bought Drake. I can't remember what the hell the name of that one is, but I bought it. Excuse me. So I'm looking forward to really completing my console collection. I got my Wii U, my Xbox, my PC, and I just gotta have my PlayStation. I don't want to miss anything out. I want to game with Snow. I want to game with all the other IGZ boys. I want to game with you guys, the viewers. I want to get in there. I want to do it all. And my biggest thing was I just need a reason. It needs to be justified. And like I said, it's going to be Gran Turismo or it's going to be Uncharted. It wasn't going to be The Last of Us because I refuse to spend $400 to play old shit. I'm very adamant about that. Don't sell me old shit. Now, when I do get my PlayStation, I'm going to play Last of Us on my PlayStation 4 because I haven't played it yet. But I'm not buying that to I'm not justifying $400 for that. Not at all. Not at all. So to really, I want you guys to really get a feeling for why this delay is such a huge deal. And I don't mean the timing. I don't mean, what will it do for sales. I mean disappointment. I can't express to people the disappointment that I continue to see from a lot of gamers and the denial of said disappointment that it even exists. I think it's very interesting. I think there's a lot of passion and emotion from a lot of people that was stirred up from this delay. So we got to go back, right? We got to go back. And there's a phrase I like to say that people don't quite understand. I like to say Sony has built an empire on sleazy behavior and promises. People think I'm out of my fucking mind when I say shit like that, but when I say built an empire, the PlayStation has sold 20 plus million consoles. That is amazing. Not only is that amazing, it's a record. And not only is it a record, it's at a time when many people thought the console was dead, when Apple got on stage and say, gaming on your mobile is the future. Fuck you. Man, get the fuck out of here with your iPad. Consoles are forever, B. And don't you forget it. And Sony's doing a good job at throwing that in the technology industry's face. Don't you forget it. And then Microsoft is a part of that too. Nintendo holding on strong. Consoles forever, baby. Grab your controllers, clap them shits together. We here. I love Sony for that. Good job. But 20 million units sold. I feel like I'm going to go out on a limb and say about 60% of Sony's initial push, initial excitement came from Microsoft's fuck up. We're talking about the fuck up with the miscommunication about what the Xbox One was about. They took the platform at the reveal and they showed off a lot of entertainment focused things, or the clowns like to refer to as TV, right? Then they announced the DRM policies, which again I will continue to defend because we live in 2015. And if you're fighting for physical media in 2015, you just don't have a fucking clue. Especially when the same person who takes offense to me saying you don't have a fucking clue probably 90% of the time doesn't even have a fucking CD with their favorite artists on it. So yeah, continuing down that road, right? And then there was the whole used game part of that. People continue to fight for the right for GameStop to bend gamers over and rape them. Okay. Then there was the whole online connectivity thing where Microsoft said some dumb shit. If you want to play offline games, get a 360. And Sony capitalized it. They stood up and said, hey, we're not doing DRM. We're not doing online consoles only. Yada, yada, yada. A year later, is it a year and a half later, Destiny comes out and PlayStation owners cannot play Destiny without connection to the internet. So there goes that. And I mean, on and on these type of things go. And I'm all about capitalizing on when your competition fucks up. But you can't turn around and do the same thing that you were making fun of, that you took advantage of and saying, oh yeah, we're not doing that. And then a year later you're doing it. I mean, 2 years later, Sony is now debuting some fuckface TV service. What is that about? I thought Gamerz on the PlayStation side, all those guys that switched from, and I'm not talking about the Sony loyalists, I'm talking about the other, there's about a good 5 to 6 million of those units sold are Xbox dudes that said Microsoft is not about games. You know, they want to sell me a TV. I'm going to get a PlayStation. They were sold a dream. They were told they were not going to buy a console that was doing what Microsoft was doing, but in actuality they did. They were told that they were buying a console with superior first party exclusives. They were told that it would have more first party exclusive. None of those were true. Sony said there were going to be over 100 games in the first year. Most of those were multi-platform games. Then they said they were going to have over 12 exclusives the first year. They only shipped like 6, and then all 6 of those fucking sucked. And it was just like, when you look at their bullet point for the last 2 years of the PlayStation's history, it is disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. They said Drive Club was a Forza killer. Drive Club wasn't even a fucking Outrun USA killer. Like, where's the arrogance coming from? They said the Order 1866 could not do 1080p 60 frames a second because it was an artistic choice. Bullshit. Battlefield Hardline don't give a shit about an artistic choice. The games aren't 1080p 60 frames a second like Sony promised, because that is a very hard target to hit. I mean, shit. The news came out that Uncharted wasn't going to be running 60 frames a second. Like, guys, is there anything that was said from Sony that has held up in times to pass? That's a problem. Now, I'm not judging this game based on what IGN says. I'm not judging PlayStation as a platform based on what GameSpot says. I'm judging it based on what Sony tells me. That's how you need to. That's my moniker for reviewing games. I don't care what people say and what happened in the last game. What I care about is what the developer tells me I should focus on, because this is where they spent their time and energy. You spent all that time developing driving physics, then that shit better drive crazy, B. You spent all this time developing shooting physics and recoiling your weapons, and I expect some dope shit. But when I get my hands on the game and it's completely different, the name for that is disappointment, and it's not fucking cool. And time again across the board, with features delivered to the console, services for the console, applications for the console, and games for the console, and even the fucking PSN for the console have all fallen short. They have not worked as advertised, they have not shipped as promised, and time again it's a fucking disappointment fest. And then here comes the biggest one of them all. It wasn't supposed to be this game. Of all games that would be delayed, not Uncharted, B. Because I've sat back, I've weathered the storm. You know, I got time, baby. I got shit to play. I got a Halo Master Chief Collection that don't work to play. I got Forza. I got 2 Forzas to play. I got Titanfall to play. I got Sunset Overdrive that I'm not gonna play, but if I feel bored, I'll download it and still not play it because that's my privilege. There's so much shit that I have to play. So I got time. I can sit back and wait for my beloved Uncharted to come through. But it hasn't. It didn't. And I was really looking forward to this year. Well, now I'm disappointed. Now I'm caught up in the fuckery. But not all hope is lost. When people ask me what's going on with the gaming industry and why these games are falling through and they are not what they promise, and let me reverse here. I don't want any of the Xbox fans on the channel to stand up in your couch and start clapping and shit, because this is an issue that we've had on our Xbox too. We may not have had this lack of quality in our first party titles, but we suffered with our multiplats. I mean, you got Assassin's Creed was fucking buggy, Watch Dog was a disappointment, The Crew was a fucking shame to humanity, and over and over, Battlefield broke my goddamn heart. For 2 years I loved and hate Battlefield. 2 fucking years and Battlefield 4 still isn't working. Like, this shit's not cool. This is a problem in the gaming world. This isn't a Sony problem. This isn't a Microsoft problem, or a problem that Microsoft found a solution for. It's a problem. And there's only certain people, there's a certain environment that allows... Oh, that's dope how he jumped over there. Fucking Uncharted, man. I need this game. There's a certain environment that allows that situation not to happen. And when people ask me, why is it this way? I think it's so simple. And if you sit down and understand, listen to what I'm saying, here's the horse shit. You've got developers and you've got publishers, right? And developers are tasked with a certain time to deliver a game. They gotta do their magic in this time frame, which is never a good idea. You don't ever want to put a time frame on a creative project. It's just a terrible thing to do, man. It really is. Like, creatives need time to perfect their craft, their art. But when big bucks is involved, when big budgets are involved, you get publishers coming to them and saying, hey, what you got? It's ready? Boom, let's get it. And then the developers go, whoa, hold on. I mean, it's running, but it's not perfect. We're not ready. And then the publisher comes back and says, no, you are ready. You're going to cut and copy that, and then you're going to patch it as time goes. And then you're going to piecemeal the content that wasn't ready as DLC. You know why you're going to do that? Because we've already sold about 2.5 million pre-orders. So there's money in the bank, and now there's pressure to get that date out. Which is why I tell you guys, Stop pre-ordering these fucking games. Don't do it. Don't let these fucks count their eggs before they hatch. And a lot of these developers aren't in a position where they can push back and say to the publisher, yo, nah, we're not doing it, right? And I always use this example. You got somebody like Bungie, where people would always ask Microsoft, when is Halo coming? Is it ready? Is it ready? And Halo would Microsoft would say, Halo is not ready because Bungie has not told us that it's ready. So when Bungie said it's ready, then it's ready. And I see a lot of that here in Naughty Dog. And I like it because Naughty Dog has a fucking legacy. Everything they touch is gold because everything they do is quality and polish. That needs to be respected. And I'm glad that they found a way to push back because it was scary. And when I say scary, I mean every single promise that was supposed to arrive on a PlayStation fell through. You know what I mean? And I don't want that for Uncharted. Now, I don't give a shit about the PlayStation, tell you the truth. Fuck you and your knacks and whatever the drive club you people play. I'm an Xbox fanboy for life. But as a gamer, Uncharted needs to be respected. I feel like for them to fuck Uncharted up would be like ruining Mona Lisa. Do you remember Tokyo Drift, where Bow Wow said, this is Mona Lisa, dude, don't fuck it up. And he fucked it up. I was so scared of that because that is the story of the PlayStation 4 right now. Fuck the 20 million units sold. The story is disappointment. The 20 million units is amazing, yes, but what are we doing when these consoles get home? Are we playing games that we can play other places? So what the fuck makes your console so special? You can't even stream media from a phone to your console. You get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm so happy for Naughty Dog. Push this shit back, man. Don't let these fucks rush you. Get your game right. Fix your fucking Uncharted. There's a lot of heat that this game was not 1080p 60 frames a second, and that's heat that the PlayStation community created. They came out with these magical fucking numbers because their console is the most powerful console in the world, and this thing you can slap this shit in a transformer case and it will protect Earth from evil doing. Okay. And then they can't even hit those numbers. So if Naughty Dog needs time to just show and prove and say, you know what, fuck it. If anybody's gonna live up to the promises that were promised from the motherland, from the main company, from the boss, it's gonna be us. And I think they're the ones that can do it. You know what I mean? I'm excited and disappointed in the same time. And because I'm such a fan of Uncharted, I'm gonna say this disappointment doesn't count. And because I'm such an advocate for not pre-ordering these games and not allowing these developers to rush shit to market and get their craft right, I'm gonna say this is not a disappointment. This is a glimmer of fucking hope for our gaming industry. Push this shit the fuck back. Now, what will this do for the rest of the gaming world? I don't know. You know, 343 is always going to be able to get on the stage and fight and say, no, Halo's not ready. Bungie's going to tell Activision Destiny's not ready. Although I don't know if they could, because they might have forgot the storyline in Destiny. The fuck you mean I got to wiki the storyline? Fuck you. But what about the small guy? What about the Drive Club? They got to push it back and it still fucking sucked. Okay, we'll take a L. What about something like The Crew? Can they push that back? Wait, that was pushed back. You see the trend? I didn't want to be negative about it. I didn't want to say that games that were pushed back come out and fucking suck anyway, because that's not going to be Uncharted. But you guys get the point. You get the point. I'm glad that this is happening, and I want to exclude Uncharted from the disappointment that's really hanging above the PlayStation 4, because I don't think it's the same thing. And I'm really happy to see this decision made. I don't know what these PlayStation guys are gonna play. Battlefield Hardline will be here, and apparently it'll be on the Xbox a week early. Some people angry about that, whatever. So yeah, leave your comments, man. Let me know how you guys feel about this delay. Is it a big deal for you? Are you disappointed? There's that word again. Are you upset? Are you like me, where you know, now your purchase is pretty much gonna be pushed back to 2016? What's the deal? Welcome to all our new subscribers. If you haven't been here before, hit that subscribe button. We got tons more content coming. Like the video if you like it. Share it with your gaming friends, especially somebody if you know will enjoy the conversation or really want to add to the conversation in the comments below. It's your boy Uncle RZA. I'm out of here. Peace.